Well, good morning, Fellowship at the Cross. Today I want to talk to you about 1 Kings 9, 10 through 14. And we get a little picture into one of the reasons why Solomon was really not a very upstanding guy. Um, really, all that's written in the Bible about Solomon is his actions in building things in Israel, physical buildings. He built a temple, he built his palace, and then what also was written about him is he was a womanizer, he was a idolater, and he was a shyster. He was cheap. Um, he, in my opinion, especially in many others, when you really read what's going on, he exploited David's friend King Hiram, and that's what we see here. The reaction of King Hiram after doing all these things for Solomon. And he did it because he honored Solomon's father, David. And David and King Hiram were friends. And so, King Hiram sent all the cedar wood for the temple and supplied workers, many other things. And he also sent Solomon 120 talents of gold. It says in this section, 1 Kings 9, 10 to 14. You might be thinking, well, what's 120 talents? That's, what is that? Well, a talent of gold is about 72 pounds. 1 pound of gold today is worth over $22,000. So if you do the math, it's about $200 million that King Hiram sent to him on top of everything that he did for him, of all the work that he did, supplying the wood and different things, and gold and workers and labor and time. And what does Solomon do in response to King Hiram's gifts and work and energy and time for a nation that wasn't even his? But he did it for Solomon because of his honor of David. Solomon gives him 20 towns in Israel. And these towns, I guess, were so bad that Hiram says that these are Kabul. Kabul means worthless, useless, trash. So Solomon viewed what Hiram did for him as trash. Folks, there's something to be learned here about honor and respect and paying someone what they're worth. A worker is worthy of their wages. Hiram was not the only one. Many kingdoms were pouring in their wealth and wanting to gain wisdom and knowledge from Solomon. Not because Solomon was so great that he attained it himself. God gave him this. But it's clear that Solomon started to develop an attitude that it was him who did it. And that can be seen, especially by the end of his life. And so, he probably didn't have very many friends. He had a lot of people that wanted his money and wanted to be close to him because of his power. But I bet Solomon was a very lonely person. But we see very clearly that his attitude and the way that he treated other people, he was a manipulator. And he desired to just have individuals next to him that would provide him what he needed. And then he would just cast them off as Kabul. We have to learn from this that this is not the way that we should behave. This is not the way that we should look at things. When we see people laboring and toiling and working for us, doing things for us, they need to be taken care of, and they need to be respected. Hiram, we don't hear much about him, but we know that he was honorable. And in response to that, he was not treated honorably. So it's important that, what do we learn from this? What we just said, but also as well, God is looking for individuals who are honorable. God is looking for individuals who will repay good things for good things. It's supposed to be an economy of godliness, an economy of good actions and reactions. This is what keeps things going. And we don't take advantage. We shouldn't take advantage of those things that are done for us by responding with flippant attitudes or cheap gifts. Okay? So get to discussion about this and some of the other things that we read this week. All right.